Namaste everyone once again and welcome to the learning stories of Englishwood. And we are discussing about voice, and we have already discussed in part 1 about the basic concepts of voice. So for example, let's talk about the modal verbs. Modal verbs are can, shall, will, may, might, must, should, etc. And they always take plus verb 1. When they are like that, then if active voice is subject plus modal plus verb 1, then passive voice changes into object plus modal verb plus be plus verb 3 by passive. It's already usual that object changes into subjective object of passive voice. Okay, and subject changes into objective subject of the passive voice. And just simple idea is just add be. Okay, and verb 3 is always the main thing. For example, Hari can repair the roof, Hari may repair the roof, or Hari must repair the roof means the roof can be repaired by Hari, the roof may be repaired by Hari, and must be repaired by Hari. So Hari will or would repair the roof. Simple. So, for example, another structure of the modal verbs when we have perfect forms. Okay, can, shall, will, may, might, must, would, could plus have plus verb 3. When there is a have in the tense, there is always verb 3. Right? Remember. So simply the idea is when the sentence is like this: subject, modal plus verb, have plus verb 3 plus subject, then simply we change modal plus have been. Okay, same structure. Present perfect tense has, have changes into has, have been plus verb 3. Same structure. Hari can, may, must have repaired the roof means the roof can, may, must have been repaired by Hari. Hari would have repaired the roof. The roof would have been repaired by Hari, or she would have taught them. Okay. Some of the another kinds of sentences are has to, have to, or had to plus verb 1. When active voice is subject plus has to, or have to, or had to plus verb 1 plus object, then passive voice is object, has to, or have to, or had to be plus verb 3, simple, and by subject. So Bhola has to wash the car. The car has to be washed by Bhola. Bhola had to wash the car had to be washed by Bhola. She has to teach them. So auxiliary verb plus 2 infinitives. For example, if auxiliary verbs like is, are, was, were plus 2 plus verb 1, then passive voice is are, was, were plus 2 plus be plus verb 3. Very simple. He has to write a letter has to be written by them. I am to write a letter is to be written by them. Alright, I am to write letters. For example, going to verbs is, are, going to plus verb 1. Questions. So look at these questions, and the questions are very nice questions for you, and read the questions, pause the video and answer the question and check your answers. Alright, so take time. So some of the other kind of sentences are interrogative sentences. Now let's say yes no questions. If the auxiliary no question means it starts with auxiliary verb plus subject plus verb plus object. Okay, so the passive voice is auxiliary verb plus object comes here. Okay, verb 3 is here by subject. Okay, for example, very important thing. All right, when there is a deed in the active voice, okay, if the yes no question starts with the deed in the active voice, then in the passive voice deed changes into was, were. Remember, then if there is do or does in the active voice, then it changes into is, are, and vice versa. So did he wash clothes? Then were the clothes washed by them? So did Did means was or were. So was or were is on the basis of either the object is singular or plural. So were the clothes was by them. So does she wash clothes? Then are the clothes washed by them? Again, does means is and are. So are, because clothes. Are the clothes washed by them? Now, do they wash clothes? So now similarly, in yes no question, other kinds of yes no question. So similarly, WH word. Okay, WH word means. So these are the questions. Pause the video and try to answer. And okay, answers are given. Answers are given here. So check. Okay. So imperative sentences. For example, imperative always start with the verb directly. So you plus object. So write a letter. Write a letter. Close the door. Okay. Do not close the door. Then passive voice is let plus object plus be plus verb to remember. Simple. Okay. Let is our part. Then object is a letter. Let a letter. Then be, you have to use be verb 3. Write should be generally right. Let a letter be written. Let the door be closed. Okay. Sentences. Similarly, let plus object, okay, plus verb plus let plus object 1 and plus object 2. This kind of structure might be there. Let him is object 1. Write a letter. A letter is object 2. In this case, what will you do? Let her close the let and her is first object. Close the door is second. We have already discussed in the beginning also. It might sometimes sentence can have two. Sometimes sentences can bear two verbs, two objects. Okay, direct object and indirect object. Okay? And it is better to use the indirect object at first. We discussed. Passive voice is let plus object to. Here you have to bring object to first, okay, then be, then verb 3, then is by object 1, because here they are working as the causative agent, okay, and they are the agent, okay, they are used at the end as by object. So let a letter, late. Rule late, okay, object 2, let a letter, then be, okay, written by him, okay, this is already the agent. Similarly, some of the request kinds of structures, for example, please or kindly plus verb. Please write a letter. Please, okay, then write a letter. Write is a verb. Please write a letter. Kindly close the door. So at this time we use this structure. You are requested to plus verb 1 and then structure according to the sentences. For example, you write. Please write a letter. Changes into you are requested to write a letter. Please write a letter means you are requested to write a letter. Kindly close the, you are requested to close the door. So this structure is used, okay, they are not very, okay, usual in the C level, but you need to know in the language. More imperatives, for example, verb plus object, then let's say obey your parents, help the poor, passive voice object plus should be plus verb 3. Alright, So when these imperatives are giving you the concept of duties and responsibilities, okay, some kind of obligations, okay, obligations, something that you should do, you should obey your parents, something like that, okay. Obey your parents means you should obey your parents, therefore passive voice is your parents should be obeyed. Your parents, again, object, then we should be obeyed. But as a language, you have to learn. Optative sentences, they are also rarely asked. Optative means, okay, we wish. May plus subject plus verb object, okay. May you defeat your rivals, okay. We wish, okay, for someone. May God help you means may plus object plus be plus verb 3. That means may your rivals, so object is your rivals. May you defeat your rivals is object, so may your rivals be defeated. Well, these are the questions for you to practice. Pause the video and practice these questions yourself. And the answers are given here, alright? And use your time to see the answer. Please share, comment, and subscribe the channel for upcoming videos.